And we're back live at the 56th Annual AEA Convention and Trade Show. I'm Tom Patton, and it wouldn't be an AEA without a conversation with Brad Hayden from Aspen Avionics. Brad, thanks for joining us on Aero-TV.
You bet. Thanks for having me, Tom.
You had some really interesting announcements this morning. You've got some good stuff coming up in the realm of ADS-B. So let's just start there and tell folks what's going on at Aspen.
Sure. Well, ADS-B, of course, is all the rage right now. I mean, that's what people are trying to get ready for, this mandate that's coming up. So, like we've always approached our product offerings of trying to come up with customized solutions, offer our customer different types of options that will work with their panels, we've done the exact same thing with ADS-B. So, marketing to this segment has been very interesting, with the ADS-B technology. So again, we've got the people that want to know all the ins and outs and how everything works. And for them, we've tried to communicate really how the technology works, and the industry as a whole has done a very good job of that. For that other segment of customer, the people who just want to get in the airplane and be able to turn the key and make it go, we've built things like an online configurator where they can go online and look up, okay, this is the kind of panel I've got, so this is the kind of equipment that I need. So much like we've marketed to that diverse public, we're also, again, come up with solutions that work for the diverse public as well. So we've taken two paths with ADS-B primarily. First is leveraging our connected wireless product, which is connected panel, which is a wireless bridge in the cockpit, and the other is to go with the certified route. So starting with the wireless stuff, which everybody's very excited about wireless right now, we have our CG100 connected pilot product that you can do flight planning on, that you can do data capture on, and we've got 20 partners. Trig just announced, in fact, that they're a partner that are building new products that'll go into this box as well. For those pilots, those are oftentimes our more, let's call them geeky pilots, who are very familiar with the technology and know what consumer devices in the cockpit and the synchronization of this certified and uncertified data can do. We know that a lot of pilots are bringing these uncertified, non-TSO'd, dash mount ADS-B receivers into the cockpit. And what we've done is figured out a way to incorporate that wireless weather that they're bringing in, that ADS-B free weather, which is a great feature of the next-gen environment, and be able to tap into that. And now pilots who will have a CG100 with this capability can not only see the weather on their iPad using ForeFlight or one of those programs like they can do right now, we're also going to take and through the connected pilot platform, put that up on Aspen certified Evolution displays. So now our customers with the CG100 have that added capability, which really goes a long ways towards solidifying the investment, guaranteeing that investment that they've made in their panel.
There's been a lot of talk the first couple of days of this show about, in this realm, in the ADS-B realm, about open architecture and the Capstone protocol.
Yes.
What are those two things?
So the Capstone protocol is really the protocol that was developed in the Alaska projects, where they came up with the format, the data transfer format, basically, of how the next-gen system, the components within the next-gen system would work and communicate with each other. Aspen is very much an open architecture system anyway, and we always have been since the very beginning. That's what makes us work well with Connected, for example, is that our products can communicate, and we take extra effort to make sure that our products can communicate very well with other manufacturers' products. The Capstone protocol is really just another protocol, if you will, of this communication platform that can be leveraged. So we're open, and obviously we're going to work with that type of protocol as well, and we've committed to being able to provide that. And that's going to be very advantageous to our customers because, again, it feeds into this whole, I've made an investment in my panel, why do I have to rip stuff out and throw it away every time a great new feature comes out? Our attack, which resounds very well with our customers, is to be able to actually upgrade whatever they already have in their panel so that they can get continued use out of that. So yes, our products will definitely be able to support that protocol, particularly on the certified side. So as I said, we've approaching this from the connected panels front. With the wireless bridge, we're also launching a brand new connected panel product, and that is called Connected Weather CG50. And so we have now our connected pilot platform, which is the CG100. The CG50 is a small wireless device, and it actually is easy to blind mount behind the panel, and it does one specific thing. If connected pilot does a lot of things, this little wireless device right here just does one thing, and that is to take that same weather that's coming off those portable ADS-B receivers and put it onto Aspen displays. So we have a lot of customers right now that are using those panel mount ADS-B receivers who are saying, well, I can see it on my iPad, I'd love to be able to see it on my display. And whether they have a PFD or an MFD, they'll be able to now, with this new CG50, be able to do that same thing. So again, that's all about that wireless protocol as well. But when you asked about Capstone, that applies particularly well to our certified product line that we're going to be launching for the ADS-B environment. And that includes 3 different products. The first one is the ARX100. It's an ADS-B receiver that can go in aircraft who already meet the ADS-B out mandate. So let's say you've already upgraded your Mode S transponder with extended squitter, and you've already got a GPS that is compliant with ADS-B. Now you can buy an ARX100, and that will bring in the traffic and the weather and be able to display that up on our displays. Now that's kind of the obvious solution right now for ADS-B, because we've pretty much trained the industry that you need to have this Mode S extended squitter transponder. We looked at the entire market for the retrofit environment and said, you know, you don't necessarily have to have an updated transponder. You can use the Mode AC transponder that you may already have in your airplane. There's a lot of really good KT-76s out there that are still sitting in the panels. People are using them. And let's face a fact, the transponder can be one of the least sexy pieces of equipment in your panel, right? You dial in your numbers every once in a while, you know, you give it a flash and there you go, you know. But we said, you know, why should we force our customers to actually upgrade that? So we came out with a product called the ATX200, which is actually an ADS-B transceiver, so it receives and it transmits, which actually fulfills that function then that a Mode S transponder with an extended squitter would fulfill. So we've put that product out, and then we also have one if you don't have an ADS-B compliant GPS, which is also going to be required for the mandate. We have a model that includes the GPS as well. The Capstone protocol will come very much into play as other people come into this market with other avionic products that maybe can use that data. What we have to remember is that the aviation environment, the aircraft environment, is turning into much more of a data-based environment than it ever has been in the past because of the introduction of digital data now. So there's really no reason why these devices shouldn't be able to talk to each other.
We've gotten to the point in our world, and I'll just say this parenthetically, that we've stopped almost writing about avionics for our April Fool's issue because every time we come up with something we think is outrageous, guys like you come up and do it.
Sure. Except the video game thing that you did a couple of years ago,
well,
putting video games on our displays.
Okay.
You know, we floated that one from marketing over to engineering, and they said, don't think they can certify it. So, but you're pretty much right, yeah.
Let's talk about the configuration tool for just a minute, because I think this is something that's going to be kind of innovative for people who want to go in and look at the panel that they have and determine how they can fit your Aspen Avionics into their panel.
Sure. Well, the configurator right now is just for the ADS-B products that we're selling. We have looked actually now, because it's been met with a lot of positive reception, of being able to take that and expand it out to the rest of our product line. Because again, our products are very much based on what do you have now, right? What do you have that you want to keep? And what are some of the features that you can bring into the cockpit with some of these new devices that are being built and this new technology that's being developed? So if you go on right now, it asks you just a couple of real basic things. Are you going to fly above 18,000 feet or below 18,000 feet? And what kind of transponder do you have? And based on that information, it's going to spit you out what your options are. And it's funny because we were looking at that for ADS-B, and having built configurators for things like, from my high-tech days, things like database management and stuff, configurators can get very complicated. As we started putting this configurator together, while it's never easy to build one, we were looking at it going, wow, the outputs on this are really quite simple. This isn't that complicated after all, which very much supported our approach to this market.
Right.
So now we're looking at how can we apply that perhaps to some of the rest of our products, our display products, for example, our autopilot adapter products, our weather receiver products, things like that. And just really start with the question, what do you have and what would you like to bring into the cockpit and how can we get you there most affordably?
Brad Hayden, thank you for talking with us. It's always interesting. You've always got something interesting coming out of your shop in Aspen Avionics, and we really appreciate you taking time.
Aero-TV's live coverage of the 56th Annual AEA International Convention and Trade Show is brought to you in part by the following sponsors.